Rotti's going broke. That will be the best 3,000 buckies or 4,000 buckies we ever spent. I mean, there is a world, obviously. Let's say GgMaChine gets, somehow he gets a Zerg 6 times in a row, and Reynor gets Terran 6 times in a row. What are the odds? Someone can calculate it. Then I can see him win back-to-back best of 3s. If he doesn't get that, it's going to be very tough. I'll let the gamers know that I am ready. This is the last of 4 regular tiny Monday all random copies that we run. After this there will be a big grand finals event with the 16 best performing players of these random cups, and the prize pool for that will be at least $1,000, and that is partly due to Intel being amazing. Do I also get a PC? No, Reynor, you won't get a PC, but I'll treat you to a nice dinner. I'll let Reynor know that if he does win this tournament, next time I see my boy, the dinner is on me. So no PC, but he will get dinner. Oh, well, we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start, guys. Here we go.
Let's get it on.
It's not quite ZVT, but it is a ZVP in game 1 of these potential back-to-back best of 3s. But this is not a free win, because Reynor's Protoss is really, really good in this matchup. Top left side, we are looking at the main base of our Russian Zerg, spawning as the blue Zerg in the top left. It is GgMaChine. In the bottom left side, it's the Italian Stallion going for a high ground pylon. Uh-oh. That's probably not ideal. It is Reynor. I think Reynor's Protoss against GgMaChine Zerg is maybe, like, it's slightly Reynor favored, I think. But with a high ground pylon, I actually think maybe I favor GgMaChine a tiny bit. I think Reynor's Terran is truly 50-50. Reynor's Zerg, obviously Reynor is a very big favorite. All of the Italians are convinced that this is the way to play versus random as Protoss. Alex, Reynor, Azura. I wouldn't. I would never. But I'm also not the ultimate PV random expert, but I personally would not. But that is not an argument that I would really fight tooth to nail, that I'm convinced that I'm right, because I don't play that much PV random, and if I do, there is nothing on the line and the players are not that good. But I would be very uncomfortable with this. Obviously, it's very nice for GgMaChine that he doesn't have to scout here with the Zerg, and now he sees the probes show up. And now he's probably very curious to see, is Reynor going for a high ground wall or a low ground wall? And now he spots the gate on the high ground, so he knows. Well, we're off to an interesting start. Honestly, guys, these have been 4 really, really fun Mondays. Like, we turned nothing into something, and I think it's all been very enjoyable and very fun to watch. And obviously, sometimes it's a little bit silly, because there are some matchups where you just know someone has no chance. But if they then do win when they have no chance, makes it even more awesome. How did GgMaChine beat Clem? One Marine was scary enough to keep the Overlord out of the main. And while he was basically playing from his coffin, he was able to bank up 12 Hellions with Blue Flame. And he clicked them to the other side of the map. Killed 31 drones, I believe it was. And then just kept rallying Blue Flame Hellions and Cyclones with Macfield Accelerated to the other side of the map. Oh yeah, was it 25 with the Blue Flame Hellions, but he also killed a bunch earlier with the Marines, I guess, right? The prediction is only for the first best of 3. So the current prediction is only for the first best of 3. If GgMaChine wins the opening best of 3, we'll do another best of 3. One thing is for sure, GgMaChine will also have more than enough points to qualify for the $1,000 final event that I think I will do next Monday, but I know some of my gamers are not available next Monday, and that does suck a little bit, so I just have to see. I'll just contact the gamers and see what works for the majority of them. If it turns out to be on a Saturday, it's a Saturday. If it turns out to be a Sunday, it's a Sunday. I'll obviously let you guys know in advance and keep an eye on Team Liquid or my stream. You guys won't miss it. It will be a one-day event. I don't want to spread it. Like 1K is a lot, but it's not that much that I want to spread it over 4 days and ask everybody to be available for 27 hours. I mean, the regular Monday night weeklies will return in the beginning of September. But as some of you guys know, I am not available for at least the first, and I think for the first too. Because I will be in Korea. I'll be commentating some poker. And obviously I will be playing some as well, but that's not why I'm going. And I hope that I'll be cooking. I might even make some mini vlogs now that I'm a bit of an influencer and I know how to make reels. Oh. The daily updates, guys. Expect them. We also need a date for the fantasy draft. Most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays work for me and Vicky. Not worried about it, mate. Tuesdays and Thursdays I do have meetings, but not too many. I mean, I think game 1 is not necessarily a free win for Reynor. He's gonna have to play well. Reynor, his Protoss is definitely peaked today. Winning a PvP against Gerald in the beginning, winning a PvP against Shameless later on. Reynor showing us that he is still incredibly good with the aliens. I would not be capable of replicating those results, that's for sure. But GgMaChine, his EVP is naughty, man. I do respect it, and I think it's going to be a difficult one for Reynor. This is a lot of adepts. This is a lot of adepts. We're going to start Roach production now. He's on 57, make it 60 drones. We're going to have to pull off some really good defense here. I'm going to have to pull off really, really good defense. But he's obviously very familiar here. It should look very different than his Terran gameplay earlier. I think Reynor might let the shade finish up. Reynor will let the shade finish up, but a couple of the roaches are going to show up. There are zerglings, there are a lot of screens. I'm not certain if this was the shade for Reynor. Reynor could now shade deep into the main base though, and that's exactly what he does. GgMaChine is going to change the shades with slow roaches. This will hurt. The only question is how bad. Honestly, it's good drone pool. I think his drone movement is very solid. He's down in workers though, and he's not done yet bleeding. I would actually love it if Reynor left two behind there. Oh, we trapped it. Okay. Very cute wall off there by GgMaChine. Well done. Traps all the adepts. Reynor immediately realizing that a big devastating counter would be difficult to deal with. So he's going to get a bunch of cannons and shield batteries. I think Reynor probably picked his nickname when he was literally 11 or 10. And maybe he just played the campaign or he saw his dad play and he's like, this is pretty cool. Yeah, that was honestly very good. Zergs got so good as well, right? A couple of years ago, Serral showed us the wall of defense at Katowice against Zest, and we're like, wow, that's so good, but you have to be Serral. And now there is a 16-year-old Zergy from Russia who's just doing a great job with his defensive queen movement, the roach movement. The drone pulls, it's all very solid. People are so stupid good in this video game. You like Reynor face on the game box cover? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's definitely not how you spell Reynor. Any of you guys is playing that game by Reynet called The Bazaar? Because I keep on reading about it. Any of you guys out there playing it by any chance? So a lot of roaches and a couple of ravages in the mix here as well by GgMaChine, but the force fields are solid. Void Ray needs to move. Otherwise it could be in danger. Great job here though by GgMaChine, guys. That is back-to-back cancels on a fourth base, and this almost is a dead Void Ray. He's got hundreds of hours in it. It is great. Askelon says he's playing it right now. I tried it, not for me, but I can see people liking it. Playing it right this second. Okay, so there's quite a few of you guys playing it. And it is an auto battler as well, right? You play Bazaar, but it's so hard to get your first win. Is it a little bit similar to Mechabellum? Like, if I like Mechabellum, would I like the Bazaar? Oh, very different. Then I don't know what I'm talking about. Couple storms landing for Reynor, as Reynor is doing a good job keeping the fourth base alive this time. Hydra count is improving though. Reynor has a little counter, guys. Couple zealots over here, the third. Couple zealots going to the natural. But I think GgMaChine is pretty safe defensively, and this lurker aggression is not looking bad. It's gonna be difficult, I think, for Reynor. Reynor does have a gazillion immortals, but I think I would give up on the Nexus. Reynor is not gonna give up on it. The Observer is trailing. Observer is not quite there yet. Cancel, Reynor. Cancel, cancel. Reynor is forced to cancel, and now he is gonna get on top of this army. Okay, man, that's so many immortals. But Reynor, his supply is nowhere near as high as I'm sure he would love it to be. One immortal could fall. It does not fall. This is really good gameplay coming out of GgMaChine, by the way. And his mechanics, his creep spread is so solid. This kid is really good, man. Obviously, we all want more cool big Starcraft events in the future, but it's not just because of our entertainment or for me to have a good time with my friends and cast a couple of video games, but for kids like Shameless and GgMaChine, I really wish that they too get the opportunity to travel and play for big money. Because these kids are so freaking good, they really deserve it. It'd be such a shame if they never get the chance to show what they're made out of. Reynor is countering with a couple of zealots. Will cancel a spine, might get a cancel on the second spine, but I think GgMaChine should be able to deal with this in the end. So much crit. Not quite the fight for the roaches, but maybe our young man wants to get rid of a little bit of his supply to add in more lurkers. We don't have a Dreno Gland since we have +1 melee. I'd kind of love to see that, but he probably feels that he doesn't really have the money for it because he is spending every single penny he has. He's clearly enjoying this very aggressive playstyle. So many immortals. There's so many immortals. Reynor really believes in the power of this Protoss army. I'm sure you guys have seen Reynor stream a couple of times where he had a gazillion immortals and then Showtime moved into him with Archon Immortal, and Reynor would just let go of this little sarcastic chuckle that he has. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? And look at this, guys. What a race. Reynor spams all the storms as he's trying to get in range. Makes it very hard for the Hydras, but the Hydras will dash forward. Only 2 lurkers remain. Reynor, his immortal army, will pounce through. Did use each and every single High Templar that he has, but he wipes the floor with that lurker setup. And now GgMaChine, his supply, is the one that's dipping. As we have a Warp Prism show up in the main base as well. 6 Zealots gets warped in. Reynor does need to be a tiny bit careful, I think, going deep on creep without storms. He does still have 2 High Templars. Fantastic hold. A fantastic hold by Reynor's Protoss here in game 1. GgMaChine just barely did not have enough to really cover for those lurkers. I mean, the concave was beautiful. So much HP on that many immortals. Without the storm, you do have to respect the Hydras, by the way. Immortals have +2 attack and +1 plasma shield, but that's not all that goaded. The Archons, they will really benefit from this secondary plasma shield upgrade. GgMaChine now down 21 workers. It's incredibly difficult to make this style work if you no longer have the economic lead. He has done an incredibly good job, I think, in slowing down the 4th base, and I was really enjoying the playstyle. I love what he showed. Sometimes, even when it's not good enough for the win, I still really enjoy it. Sport Crawl and Hydra Dash maybe. Quick reaction, but not good enough to kill the Prism. Lurker count is about to go from 0 to a 10 real quick. Real fucking quick. But I don't even know if that's enough. I think we have to give up on this base. I don't think we want to walk into this army. Really can't. Save the drones, mate. Save the drones if we can. It is painful, but you're gonna have to give up on this hatchery. That's better than losing everything. Reynor played very impressive too. Honestly, this has just been an excellent game by both of them. Very high level Starcraft. After that TVZ that we just saw. Where, yes, there was MMR involved, but we don't know how much. This looks like a different game. And we do have a Spire, but I don't think he really has the money for Broodlord, so we don't have a great Aspire. Making more links. Now never getting a Dreno is a little bit painful. So let's get maybe a tiny surround. Hey, we got a tiny surround. Here come the lurkers. Oh my goodness, great catch. Fantastic catch, but those additional storms still hurt. Oh, GgMaChine is not going down without a fight. Getting 6 additional lurkers, 30 additional links. Back up to 75 drones now. That's obviously a little more reasonable than the 65 we were working with earlier. Reynor going for +3 shields. It's a very rare upgrade. So good. But I feel unless we are looking at one of those turtle fests, you don't get to see it that often. "21 lurkers now, by the way. Holy smokes. Reynor has a fleet beacon because we made a mama ship. 21 lurkers. I know Immortals and Archons are goated, guys, but 21 lurkers could be a real problem. This one Void Ray could be a real problem. The one impactful Void Ray 16 minutes into the game. War Prism is still kind of stuck in the top left side. What a fun game. Well, if you think of, for instance, M-Dupes, if you think of Blink Stalkers, it makes more sense. Actually, no, that's a bad example. Like, Zealots have less shields than they have armor. Also, the shields are become very expensive. But there are definitely a lot of moments where plasma shields should honestly be the priority. And especially if we have a bunch of Archons. Plasma shields really has a way bigger impact than having armor upgrades. But even for Blink Stalkers, I actually kind of like getting plasma shields over the regular one. Because most of the time you start blinking back by the time that your shields are done. Not when your Stalker is down to 1 HP, right? Maybe half, but not more than that. But they are expensive. They can take a very long time. Few Zerglings in the bottom right side will get a cancel on that 5th base. First Nidus goes up. 3 lurkers decided to hop out. Rain needs to be careful sending the probes back. He is. All the links in the bottom right side get obliterated by the Mothership Immortal High Templar army. I would agree with that, Thorn. I think Reynor has been an excellent spellcaster for a long time, and sometimes obviously maybe a little bit overshadowed by Serral, who is the very, very best in the book. But I think Reynor has been a close second for a long time. Quite far ahead of a lot of the Korean Zergs. And I do always give my kudos to Dark, as I do think Dark was a pretty damn good spellcaster as well. Rogue and Solar and Ragnarok truly are a league below these guys. In that regard, they're very good in other stuff. But when it comes to getting value out of Infestors and Vipers, the other ones are better. Reynor is a little bit slow to react here. GgMaChine thinks there's an opportunity to jump on this army, and, well, can't really say that he was wrong. Reynor is very low on supply for his split moment. Decides to warp in 12 Zealots for an additional 24 supply. Reynor needs to be careful. Observers are late to the party. That's a lot of High Templars melting. That was actually one observer that was not late to the party, but... And GgMaChine is just playing such a good game. Legitimately impressive what this young man is showing us. And Reynor's army is less impressive than it once upon a time was. Thinking about going for it here. Corrupt the counter. We could snipe every observer. We could play Phoenix DT here. Very little anti-air. Snipe the ups. Oh, that's big. That is big. I would probably retreat with this army. Reynor could come down the Nidus, and he will. Reynor has no detection. We are building an Oracle, but it's going to take a little while. There are some Zealots creating chaos on the other side of the map. A 19-minute turbo banger here on the Monday night in this all-random tournament. We are spoiled tonight. And Reynor completely gives up on any air units. Knows that GgMaChine has a lot of supply. Drops a revelation. We need to evacuate, mate. We need to evacuate. Umbro, go to the Nidus. Most of it. And now the Corruptors peeing over everything that they can find in the main. That is a dead Nexus, a dead Stargate, maybe a dead Fleet Beacon. Also a dead mined out assimilator. Let that sink in. If this comes down to a base rate, that assimilator will be missed. We have only 12 lurkers now, by the way. We had 21 lurkers earlier. This ground army of Reynor is a real problem. GgMaChine has some money in the bank. We need Broodlords, but we don't have a Great Aspire. We don't have a Great Aspire. I don't know if we can deal with this. He can try to kill the Oracle and kill Observers forever. But this is very scary. Here come the Corruptors. Archon is getting some big hits off. The rally points are really hurting us right now. There are 14 Hydras, 30 Zerglings on the way. But there are Zealots in the natural. There is an incredibly powerful army at the 12 o'clock base. Hydra's looking for the Oracle. The Corruptors should just go for it. We have 6 lurkers remaining. I don't really know where they are, but they are somewhere. The Corruptors are hunting Observers and doing a great job. And that Oracle is still around. The Reynor with the casual 21-minute blink transition gets it done as GgMaChine had no money to get a Great Aspire earlier and was left with 20 Corruptors, but could not do anything too useful with them. Perhaps if he would have killed the Oracle and he would have kept on sniping Observers, but a fantastic game. GgMaChine really showing what he's made out of. That was impressive. And Reynor again showing us that he is fantastic in the PvZ matchup. The true win condition. Guys, sometimes we... sorry, I apologize, but sometimes we forget about this. But you can actually win a video game of StarCraft 2 by eliminating every single building of your opponent. That is the win condition. Now, our pro gamers will often leave a game when they are just a little bit too far behind and they feel they can no longer win. But in theory, you can win a game by destroying all of the buildings of your opponent. Thank you for that. Game 2, Grand Finals. It could be the final game of the day. It could also be more. I think the best odds for GgMaChine are GgMaChine, Zerg, Reynor, Terran. I think that is the most likely victory that he's going to find. He could maybe win a ZVP. It was close enough. This is going to be tough, but it's possible. Because we are probably going to do something very herpy-derpy aggressive and close our eyes, let Jesus take the wheel and hope it's good enough.
Round 2. Fight!
Here we go. Top left side of Incorporeal, one map away from immediately winning the first time he participates in an all-random cup on the Monday night and has obviously already made enough points to make it into the finals event. It's the Italian Stallion, Reynor. And the man who was responsible for eliminating Clem with a reverse race matchup on Ultra Love Best of 1. Bottom right side, he's spawning as our Blue Protoss, the GgMaChine. They both go for low ground pylon, low ground gate. Every single Protoss game that I've seen of GgMaChine, he 4 gates. So honestly, if I was a gambling man, I'd put my money on a 4 gate. Second gateway got warped in. If we decide to not do the finals event where we put a $1,000 prize pool on the line, perhaps even a little bit more, but it's going to be at least 1K next Monday, I will try to figure out as quickly as possible when we do actually do it. I feel that Jumi is one of the guys that's not available next Monday. I think that's what he told me. And I know that Jumi is very, very excited. So I'd be sad about excluding him. But I have to see what works for most of the gamers. And if there is nothing next Monday, we'll try to come up with something else. Obviously, I do like doing Starcraft stuff on the Monday. We want to keep on doing it. So we'll figure it out. All I can promise you guys is that we'll do our best. GgMaChine opens up double Adept, double Chrono. Pops in an Nexus. Look at that. He is a changed man. He went for the pylon block, so he actually has the quicker Nexus. Maybe. Maybe. Reynor, no wall off. No wall off. Here come the adepts. Oh, this could hurt, guys. This could hurt. If GgMaChine plays this out correctly, it is at least 5 death probes. Anything less than 5 here means we fumbled. We fumbled. No, we get 4. One is 1 hit away. One more. Okay, we fumbled a tiny bit, but it's still pretty damn good. Like, it's not bad. I think he should have gotten 5, but 4 is good. Right? He gets a 5th in the end. Because Reynor lost his scouting probe for some reason. Oh, not a bad start. And it's Twilight Council with a quick expand against Stargate. We are getting a shield battery. He's Chrono boosting Blink. We're kind of gaming. I think Reynor was really surprised by how quickly those adepts showed up. GgMaChine obviously did go for the double Chrono, which is a decent investment. Stasis Trap. We saw a ginormous Stasis Trap early today in the beginning of this broadcast when Reynor played PvP against Gerald. Second Oracle and a Robo. I think Reynor is expecting GgMaChine to be very, very aggressive. And says, you know what? I don't believe that I can go double Oracle into Twilight Council and get enough Stalkers out in time. So I should probably try to get quick Immortals out. Or he's worried about DTs, but I don't think you have to worry about DTs when you have double Oracle. That is plenty of Revelation, so I think it's mostly just to get Immortals. Good unit positioning here in the natural. Didn't really ask for much more. And once Blink is done, guys, your life is a whole lot easier when it comes to dealing with those oracles. And we are almost there, and he has lost nothing so far. Actually, it looks legit good. There was actually an insane stasis in one body match. I mean, I wouldn't call the one of Reynor insane against Gerald, but it was legitimately 21 or 22 workers. Or maybe 19, but it was basically all of it. It was big. And then the game also ended with 12 Stalkers blinking into the stasis. But the game was already over at that point. Reynor is adept. He takes control of the Zelnaga Watchtower for a split second and sees 9 Stalkers with Blink marching to the top side of the map. There are stasis trappies here. Is GgMaChine looking for stasis traps? Not really. He does have Blink. Only halfway done, by the way, the cooldown. This can actually become a tiny bit painful. Reynor did not cancel that pylon, so loses 100 minerals. If Reynor brings his army closer, he can actually kill these units. But I think Reynor is afraid that more units show up and Blink on the Immortal. Double Oracle, interesting defense here, guys, with the Sentry at home. That is also a slow warp-in. GgMaChine making his first errors here, playing as the Protoss. Played a really good game up to this point and sees an opportunity to jump on the Immortals, but it takes a long time to get the first. It's not a total disaster, but not quite good enough. Does activate the barrier on the second. Means Reynor has to be careful, but Reynor's got a kneel one. Yeah, that didn't really work out, guys, for the young man. Obviously took a lot of damage. Might take some more damage here. These oracles are still so healthy. Reynor has done an amazing job in that regard. Now, since GgMaChine, guys, is also on 3 bases, he doesn't really have to send it here. He even has quicker +1. It's already done. Reynor's +1 just starting. And Stalker Zealot can do incredibly well against just Gateway Immortal. If there are no adepts with Resonating Glaive whatsoever, you can also try to macro up to a couple of Archons. All of it is very viable. Reynor adds in the Twilight, but it is late though. Like, I'm legit surprised. I mean, maybe it's just like the opening build orders and it's just the way that it plays out. And, you know, any 6,000 MMR Zerg, any 6,000 MMR Terror, and even if their early game with Protoss is not all that clean, they are going to be capable of moving a few Blink Stalkers around and spamming Zealots. Like, you don't really need to be an expert in every single tiny aspect of playing Protoss to be good in building probes, stalkers, and zealots. And that's kind of the game that GgMaChine has found himself in now. The stasis traps are gonna make life a bit more complicated. Like, I'm personally not that good in playing against this nonsense. I'm sure that I got turned into content once or twice by Arsum or your Thermal dropping infinite amounts of stasis traps. It's like, yeah, you guys are very good at the game. Congratulations. You guys are so cool. Look at you guys being good at the video game. Recording all of it, huh? Reynor's army will really come alive as soon as he adds in a couple of Archons. That's when this becomes a completely different game. Immortals are really funny in like late game all-out PvP brawls where it's Zealots, Stalkers, Archons, and then maybe Immortals. It's like sometimes the Immortals look really good and sometimes they look underwhelming. It really just kind of depends what mood they are in and what they decide to shoot at. Trying to over-micro the Immortals is not really worth it and doesn't always play out because you lose a lot of DPS since they fire so quickly if you aim move. But obviously if you aim move and they're only shooting at tanky as Archons or Zealots, it's a little expensive. MaxPax has not played in a single one of the random cups. Maybe he doesn't know about it. Because MaxPax is actually pretty good with random and he plays all three races as well. Or perhaps he wasn't aware of the fact that we'll have a bigger grand finals. Only 90 followers to go. Yeah, but sometimes you lose followers as well. My channel is so old that like if I go live one day and I'm like, hey guys, I'm playing some F1 with my friends. Like you lose 17 followers. It's like, alright. Well, I never wanted you guys anyway. Fuck off. It's been a very long and slow countdown, but... Well, oh my god, that is a painful blink, guys. That is a really, really painful blink. Because that actually means that these stalkers right now, they can blink away. That is a play that you would never, ever, ever make if you're a natural Protoss. All of these stalkers are dead. Like, they're literally all dead. Now, GgMaChine is at least going to try to get something done with his army on the other side. There are still more stasis traps. Oh my god, look at this. Well, maybe, honestly, 3 living is 3 more than I thought. Now the Zealots are stuck. In general, we're a little more comfortable with... Oh, Reynor. Reynor is such a dick. Look at this. The surround. What a guy. The Warcraft 3 surround coming out of Reynor. I mean, Reynor is a lot older than GgMaChine, but I don't think Reynor was alive when I was playing Warcraft 3. Born in the year 2002, right? I guess Reign of Chaos just came out when Reynor was born. Great game. So is the Frozen Throne. Warcraft 3 is still cooking, man. There's so many people that are still so excited to watch Lyn and Infi play for the 384,000th time a year and to figure out who is going to meet Happy in the upper bracket finals. Those guys are going fucking strong. Find yourself someone in life who loves you as much as the Warcraft 3 fans love watching Infi, Happy and Moon. Because those guys have been going at it for a long time and it keeps on getting more and more popular. GgMaChine is gonna try to bulldoze his way up this ramp with a bunch of Zealots, Archons and Immortals, but Reynor and his infinite stasis traps makes it so difficult for this ground army to find a lot of success. You know what would actually be no cap be a very good player for GgMaChine? And it's triple Robo Colossus. It's like you have the time for it. Reynor is clearly chilling. He's very, very defensive. Like adding in a bunch of Colossus here would actually be really good. Obviously thermal lens, but legitimately be very, very, very useful. The macro, by the way, of this kit is excellent here. Disrupt is okay, but if you don't naturally play Protos, I wouldn't necessarily want to put all my eggs in a couple of balls. Also, the Disruptors obviously are worse these days than they once upon a time were. It wouldn't be bad, but I would really like Colossus. Disruptors would be a good answer for Reynor against the Colossus, but it would take a little while before Reynor has that. Reynor is just having some fun. That's so many Archons, by the way. 10 Archons, and Reynor does have +1 plasma shields and is already working on +2. GgMaChine is just getting +2 armor, and that means that his Archons are going to be a lot more squishy. It's been a great Monday, guys. Thank you all for stopping by, and obviously a big final thank you to Intel. If you guys do !Intel, you can read a little bit about their new official gaming PC for IEMs. Fingers crossed that we have another IEM for Starcraft one day. But obviously I'm already grateful that they gave me the opportunity to give out $750 to our gamers. I do alright, but I do normally want to casually give out $750. That's a little much for me. But because of Intel's generosity, we have been able to do that. And that makes me very happy. We've got Zealots, Archons, and Immortals running down this ramp. GgMaChine now also has so many freaking balls. And he's got a lot of Immortals too. He does casually lose a Nexus. Not having plasma shields here is painful. Having a lot of Archons, Immortals here might be decent. Because Immortals do have good range. Archons are really good against everything, but they do kind of suffer from a lack of range. We often refer to them as the unit with the T-Rex arms. Serious prediction about the upcoming match. I feel Reynor is winning because he's getting plasma shields. We do have the Robo Bay though. I love it. Honestly, these games have been a million times better than I ever thought we would get for upper bracket final. I was loving that GgMaChine upset over Clem, but I also figured that that would mean that we get a very bad final. But it hasn't been bad. It has been enjoyable, but Reynor takes a far superior position here. He's got a Warp Prism in the mix as well. Now GgMaChine is suddenly in trouble. He's sitting on 2,500 minerals, a little bit of gas. It's just his Archons are nowhere near as powerful as the Archons of Reynor. And now we are just left with Immortals, and we are going to try to kite the Immortals, but Immortals have a hard time chewing their way through Zealots and Archons. A couple of the Robos in the natural are unpowered. I don't know why we've got a casual 40 supply of units on the other side of the map. We do get into the natural. GgMaChine immediately goes Dark Shrine. He's like, that is my great comeback mechanic. I don't think that Dark Shrine is going to see the light of day. Reynor could obviously recall some units. He can also just battle with Zealots, Immortals, and Oracles. It's the first time in 4 weeks that Reynor decided to play in the all-random tournament. He wins it immediately and gathers enough points to make another random appearance at our finals event. Maybe next Monday, maybe on a different day. If you guys really can't wait to find out or want to be the first to find out, keep your eye on my Discord. We'll obviously always share it in the Discord. I unfortunately am the worst influencer on the planet, so I don't have a working Discord link. I had one, but my moderators killed it. I don't know how they did it. Actually, discord.gg/RotterdaM works, I think. Just RotterdaM, no 08. It used to be 08. Now we got a different one. Who wins this game? Reynor is winning, mate. Reynor is winning. Reynor has done it. Did a good job this game. I wonder how it would have played out if GgMaChine would have just gotten a cancel on the third, disengage, and then show back up with more Zealot Stalkers. Maybe a Warp Prism in the main, because I think Reynor's army for a little while was very weak against a very spread out battle. It was pretty good in just standing their ground and fighting cannons and batteries and stasis traps. Would have had a difficult time dealing with a Prism in the main or a crazy Blink somewhere in the main base, but GG, congratulations to the man who has been streaming all of it as well. It is BASILISK Reynor who wins, picks up $50, but much more importantly, qualifies for our grand finals. as one of the 16 random gamers. I don't know if all 16 of the current standings will make it. Let's take a look at those standings, if they're updated.